Good day, everyone. We are here to present our research entitled A Synthesis of Content Analysis of Elementary, Junior High School, and Senior High School Physical Science Investigatory Projects in the Division of Cavite Province, Basis for Technical Assistance. I am Julieta, Mila, Mercedez, Torres, and here with me is
Celso, Latosa. Science is an indispensable discipline in the development of the world. This importance is seen in the utilization of knowledge and application of scientific method in the improvement of priority and advanced fields. In basic education, community contextualization and performance-based assessment make science research possible to be conducted by elementary and high school students through science investigatory projects or SIPs. Conducting SIPs provides an avenue for students to undergo the research process utilizing the scientific method. The design is generally in the form of experiment, and students are free to choose the specific discipline with which they are to conduct the research for students to make real-world connections and solve problems in their community. The Department of Education conducts an annual event in the form of Science and Technology Fair showcasing the best SIPs of secondary schools in the country. Such event is a competition to select the best investigatory project from the school level, district, regional, and the national level under the DepEd Memorandum Number 73 Series of 2009. At present, the guideline that is being followed is in the form of excerpt taken from the International Science and Engineering Fair International Rules and Guidelines or ISEF 2013, which according to JUGAR 2013 do not exactly suit the context with which the investigatory projects are conducted in the Philippines. This observation made by Jugar was found to be manifested in the Division of Cavite Province. Selected pool of division researchers noticed that several write-ups lack congruency when it comes to research problem, methods, data analysis, and even proper technical writing mechanics during the recent 2019 Division Science and Technology Fair. Several in-service trainings, or NSET, and capability workshop, both from students and research advisors, were conducted in the Division of Cavite. These issues still found to be persistent in the research manuscript presented during the annual science fair. This implies that mentioned training and workshops do not directly address the need of students, researchers, and research advisors. Over the years, there is still limited literature with regards to the content analysis of researches specifically in the school division of Cavite. The main objective of this study is to ascertain the strengths and weaknesses of elementary, junior, and senior high school physical science and investigatory projects within the school division of Cavite Province through the systematic content analysis. The main purpose of this study is to ascertain the strengths and weaknesses of science and investigatory projects within the province of Cavite through a systematic content analysis. What is the percentage of the submitted elementary, junior high school, and senior high school physical science and investigatory projects which complied with the INTEL ISEF Guidelines in terms of research title, research abstract, introduction, review of related literature, materials and methods, results and discussion, summary, conclusion and recommendation, literature cited or bibliography, research ethics, and research forms? Number 2, what is the percentage of the submitted elementary, junior high school, and senior high school physical science and investigatory project which did not comply with the INTEL ISEF guidelines in terms of research title, research abstract, introduction, review of related literature, materials and methods, results and discussion, summary, conclusion, recommendations, literature cited, bibliography, research ethics, and research forms? Number 3, what is the extent of the compliance of the complete SIP manuscript with the INTEL ISEF guidelines? Now, the focus of the evaluation is to determine the strengths and weaknesses of the researchers based on the guidelines stipulated in the INTEL ISEF guidelines. The said SIPs were the submitted entries from the elementary, junior high school, and senior high school SIPs competition physical science, both individual and team categories during the 2019 Division Festival of Talents in Science and the Division of Cavite Province. In this study, the consolidated research manuscripts from both individual and team categories were evaluated. The strengths and weaknesses of the researchers were determined using a validated researcher-made tool that determines whether the researches satisfy or not those prescribed in the INTEL ISEF Guidelines. Synthesis of the content analysis of elementary, junior, and senior high schools were done specifically to determine compliance and non-compliance of each part of the SIP, as well as the extent to which the completed SIP manuscript fully complied with the INTEL ISEF Guidelines. This study utilized a checklist as an instrument only to determine whether the SIP complied with the said guidelines. The instrument was based on INTEL ISEF Guidelines and not on the actual scoring sheet used in the National Science and Technology Fair. The research design is the mixed method with quantitative and qualitative method. Our sampling is purposive total enumeration. The instrument, the validated researchers made checklist adapted from the 2019 INTEL ISEF Guidelines composed of 49 yes-no questions arranged according to the different parts of the research paper, which includes the following: research title, research abstract, introduction, review of related literature, materials and methods, results and discussion, summary, conclusion and recommendations, literature cited, a bibliography, research ethics, and research forms.
For our results and discussion, we can see from Table 1. Table 1 would answer research question number 1 in terms of the compliance of elementary school physical science investigatories with respect to the research components. The findings from this table reveal that most of the criteria in the INTEL ISEF form were not complied by the authors of the elementary physical science investigatory project, both individual and team categories. These results were alarming because these investigatory projects were the best in each municipality in the province of Cavite. This table 2 would answer research question number 1 again in terms of the research components where junior high school physical science investigatory projects did not comply only for research component title and statement of the problem. Also from this table, it can be noted that 20 out of 26 or 76.92% of the evaluated physical science investigatory projects have complied with the INTEL ISEF guidelines in writing the title and statement of the problem. For research question again, number 1, in terms of the compliance of the senior high school physical science investigatory projects, we can see from this table those highlighted green are the compliance of the senior high school schools. From this table, specifically 15 out of 15, which is 100%, the SIPs have complied in writing the significance of the study, while 14 out of 15 SIPs, 93.33%, have complied writing the title and literature cited. Meanwhile, 13 out of 15 SIPs, or 86.67%, have complied in writing the background of the study, and 12 out of 15 SIPs, or 80%, have observed the research ethics. To answer research question number 3, with regard to the extent of percentage compliance to INTEL ISEF guidelines, we have this table wherein here indicated are the number of check indicators and its interpretation. This table number 5 revealed that 7 out of 26 elementary, junior, senior high school physical science investigatory projects was found to have complied with a very great extent with the INTEL ISEF guidelines. Number of check indicators 41 to 49 complied to a very great extent. This table number 6 would again answer research question number 3 with regards to the extent of which the senior high school physical science investigatory complied with the INTEL ISEF guidelines. So from here, highlighted green 41 to 49, which means complied to a very great extent, is 7 out of 15 SIPs, 47% of the senior high school physical science investigatory projects was found to have complied to a very great extent with the INTEL ISEF guidelines. Conclusion: majority of the physical science investigatory projects, both individual and team categories, submitted by elementary, junior, and senior high schools did not comply with the INTEL ISEF guidelines on writing the research components. The present compliance of full manuscript was not satisfactory. Findings of this study should be presented in the division, regional, national, and even international level research in order to make the science research educators be aware of the SIP current status in the division of Cavite, thus encouraging them to conduct a localized content analysis of SIPs. This initiative would be beneficial for the addition of existing literatures in SIP content analysis and finally would lead to the improvement of the conduct of science investigatory projects. Thank you.